Everybody, welcome to what hopefully will be our first title party stream of the series. I am, of course, M4J. Welcome back to the Real Hatfield Town here on Football Manager 2021. Let me get the music going as well. I think. There we go. There is music. I was worried then. I was like, where's the music? But no, we have got music. It is playing. Yeah, there's not much to say, really. You know, not much has changed since the last stream and the last video. In terms of matches, I have played a couple since. Who did we play last time out? I'm actually trying to remember. Who did I play in the video? Was it... Oh, I'm looking at the wrong bit. That's why I can't see. It was Old Parliamentarians, wasn't it? And Welling Garden City... In fact, was it Welling? I think it was... Who did we play in the last... Cuffley! Cuffley we played in last week's stream, and then we played two matches, which I think were Welling Garden City again and Old Parliamentarians. Good evening, George. Welcome to the stream. And then off camera, I played Chipperfield Corinthians. There are some really, really awesome football club names in non-league. It's incredible. Some really, really good names. But yeah, Chipperfield Corinthians beat them 2-0. Harry Baker with the 2 goals, 19th minute and 58th minute. Now, this result here could be quite significant. And the Cockfosters game, actually. Because both of these, we did not win by huge amounts. They were both earned wins still. Like, we didn't fluke it or anything. But they weren't, like, complete walkovers. And I think that is going to be the big, big difference for us now with the stats change that I made before last week's stream. Anyway, tonight... we have got Letchworth Garden City Eagles. There isn't much for me to say, really. So we're just going to head straight into the match and get on with it. And I'm, this week, going to remember to start recording and unmute the audio on the recording version of OBS that I am using. I've got it all set up ready. I just need to remember to hit record at the right time. Also, if you're a Hatfield player and you're watching this, you'll be pleased to know, or hopefully you'll be pleased to know, it's mostly going to be the first team this week playing. We have got a couple which may or may not impact on the team selection, but we've rotated quite a lot, but this is quite a significant game. So as the title of the stream / video suggests, we could potentially walk away with the league title tonight if things go our way. If I show you the league table quickly, we are currently top of the table. We are 24 points ahead of Chipperfield Corinthians, who are in second. There are currently 27 points to play for, I believe. There are 30 matches, because what you do, I think I've mentioned this before, but I'll say it again. To work out how many matches you play in a season, you take the number of teams, which in this case is 16, you double it, which in this case is 32, and then you minus 2, because obviously you can't play yourself. So there are 30 games in the season. We've played 21, we've won 21, we've scored 90 goals. You think what the average of that is, you know, it's over 3 goals a game. So yeah, we're 24 points clear. We've got 27 points to play for. Chipperfield don't have a game in hand, so that plays in our favour. However, we're playing Letchworth, who are 11th. Chipperfield are playing Ware, who are 14th, currently in the relegation spots. So we need them, Ware, to do us a favour. Where's Ware, you ask? Well, Ware is not too far from Hertford. That was a really bad joke. Where's Ware? Oh dear. Where's Wally? Sat here waving at the camera that you can't even see. Good evening, Golfing Gamer, otherwise known as my brother. Welcome, welcome. I'm assuming everything's working on Twitch and YouTube. Make a prediction. Do you think it'll go your way? Well, I'm confident we'll win the game still. I don't see Ware winning this. I think Chipperfield are going to win their game, which means we can't then win the league until Tuesday, sorry, not Wednesday, when we play our next match in the pre-record, and I don't know who that will be against. Actually, I do know who that will be against, because if we don't win it tonight, then it'll be against Hoddesdon, because I think at that point... So hang on, let me go do some quick maths again. Say we lose this game, we'll still be 24 points ahead unless Chipperfield win, in which case we'll only be 21 points ahead with 24 still to play for. If we draw, we'll be 25 or 22 points ahead with 24 points to play for. If we win and Chipperfield lose, then we'll be 20... No, well, hang on. We'll be 30 points ahead with 21 to play for. No, 24 to play for. It's always 24 to play for, Mark. And if we both win, we'll be 24 points ahead with 24 points to play for. So it will end next match one way or another, I'm sure. Providing we win both games, of course. A draw and a win will do it. A win and a draw will do it. A defeat and a win, I think, will do it as well. We just need to win one of the games, one of the next 2 games, and hope results go our way. So yeah, let's get into the... Oh, hang on. One more thing. I always forget to do this. Tactics. Match plans. Turn off. And I'm also going to double, triple check quickly that I've got full match on. Yep, always. I've changed the camera angle as well, actually, which you'll notice. So yeah, my prediction, my very long-winded prediction is I think we will win our match, but I don't think we'll win the league tonight. Now I know who we're up against. When I set up the stream, I didn't know who Chipperfield were playing. I also didn't know Chipperfield were the team in second. Now I do know both of those things. I think it'll be very, very tricky for us to come out on top. But I'm still going to go for it because, you know, why not? I'm also... I keep saying the word also over and over again. What was the recommended stuff that it was telling me? Can I not get back to that now? That sucks. So yeah, we have got some injuries. Ruiz is currently out injured, so I'm going to bring in... Actually, first thing I'm going to do is select first team. Like so. And then Gonzalez Velasco is going to drop out. I'm going to bring Reed onto the bench and put Afsar on the right-hand side. And then for the left back, I'm going to bring Nash in like so. So this should be all bases covered. In terms of... yeah, Baker has picked up a bit of an injury. I think I am going to start him still, though. And if we're a couple of goals up, say at half-time, then we'll sub him off and give him a rest. I'm also going to start the recording now. I'm just going to check that I've got the right folder set up for it. Yep, good. Everything's unmuted. Go. So we'll get that kick in as well. So yeah, in terms of the mentality and everything, I think attacking, that's not right. Attacking is fine. And yeah, let's get into it. There was me thinking I'm going to have a really quick intro this week. We're 8 minutes in and the match is finally beginning. But the match is finally beginning and that's the good thing. So yeah, starting lineup. Extents. Argent, Sadler, Evans are 2. And then Hammond, Harding. And then Studholme, Hudson, Doncaster, Chowdhury, Afsar Chowdhury, and then Baker up front. So can I... Yeah, let's show them why. Oh, okay, that didn't G them up quite as I'd hoped. Wow, the music sounds really loud again in my ears. Really loud. But yeah, welcome everybody to the new camera angle. This is what's known as the TV angle, which is, it's a fixed location, but it zooms in and out more and it pans around more and things like that, which I think looks awesome. I think I've got replay set to director still. If I haven't, I'll change it so that I have. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to make this look a bit more realistic, because unless there's a drone that perfectly hovers above the stadium most matches, you're not really going to get the view. Can't see the timer again. Oh, hang on, that's me. Where are we at? Game capture. Is it Alt? No, it's not Alt. It's Control, I think. Or I just do it by eye. I think I'm just going to do it by eye. There we go. I don't know why that's resized itself. It shouldn't have. Should be able to see it now, though. Okay, that's a small mistake to make this week. Much better than the one last week, where I just I forgot to start the record, and then when I did, I forgot to unmute the audio. Thankfully, my brother, who is a very, very good video editor, as it turns out, was able to salvage it for me. Otherwise, that would have been a massive, massive boo-boo. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. So unless we have a drone that perfectly hovers above the pitch throughout the full 90 minutes, you're not going to get the camera angle that perhaps you're looking for. So there is a building not far away from the pitch that you could argue that there's a camera attached to, but still, I think it's still too high, but I can't zoom it in anymore. This is as far as it goes. It's also as low as it goes, because it's technically, you see the stand there, it's attached to the roof of that. Anyway, wasted 2 minutes of the match there, just talking gibberish about camera angles. We are 0-0 still. That was a good effort there, or a good opening there for Hudson Doncaster. Not the greatest shot. I think he snatched at it slightly. Where's Baker? Oh, he's there. Running back from the halfway line for some reason. How's life? Wow. Good. Can't complain, I suppose. There are, I mean, I say I can't complain. I'm known for complaining about things. Little things here and there. But yeah, there's nothing major bad going on. Pretty happy. Got to wait another month or so before lockdown restrictions start to get lifted more. Because right now you can go and hang out in someone's garden. But considering it rained earlier today, I'm not a big fan of that. So a bit like I said last week, lockdown's currently due to end right when the summer kicks in, which is perfect for me. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I want to try and avoid talking about lockdown, actually. It gets a bit depressing. Baker here breaking through. There's the goal. There's me now saying the word depressing in the highlights. Great goal, though, from Baker. Trust Baker. I think that's his 41st goal of the season, but I think that includes cup matches. I think he's in the 30s for the league. Great finish, though. Stud home with the assist. Look at that. Great touch. He's carrying an injury as well, and he just ran past Black there like he wasn't there. Managed to get shot away before Paul could tackle him. 1-0 to the Stags. We are on our way. Now, do I have access to latest scores? Yes. Yes, I do. So currently, Chipperfield are 0-0. And I will keep checking that throughout the match just to make sure. Yeah, positivity. People used to think I was quite dismissive about bad news because I'd always be the one who tried to stay positive about things or be the one to make jokes. I guess you can call it a coping mechanism, really. I hate sad moments in any respect, you know. I always want to try and make light of a situation. So today was a sad day for most. I'm not really... I don't feel it the way everyone else feels it. I don't think it's a good day still, don't get me wrong. But, yeah, it's always a sad thing when someone passes away. Don't get me wrong, but I don't feel any... Like, it doesn't relate to me at all, you know. Makes me sound so heartless, I know, but yeah. It's a strange day. It's one of these things where life continues as normal, really. So I've had a good day myself, but then you see other people are having a bad day, and then you kind of think, oh, maybe I'm not supposed to have a good day, or vice versa. If you're having a bad day and everyone else is having a good day, you think, oh, maybe I'm not supposed to be having a bad day today. What was that free kick? What was that free kick? Afsar's having a bit of a bad day as well, by the looks of things. But yeah, positivity, escapism, reality avoidance, I think is a good name for it. Alright then, throw in on this right hand side. A 2 who's already managed to pick up a yellow card. We're only, what, 7 minutes in? And he's already been booked. That's probably going to come back and haunt us, I'm sure. Harding here on the ball. Oh, I want to ask a question. To do with the recent comments I've been getting on my videos. OpenTTD is an absolute nightmare to record, by the way. I've said that a lot. But, I mean, if you're someone who just puts up... I was going to say half-assed, but that's not what I mean at all. If you're someone who just records footage and puts it up on like Reddit or Twitter or things like that, then it's not a huge deal. But when you're trying to make like content, you know, you're trying to make content people can watch and come back to and tell a story and get people interested, it's an absolute nightmare to record because, you know, the screen is so big and yet everything is so small. It's really weird. And yet you double the size of the UI and suddenly it's way too big, even for a 4K monitor. But yeah, the question I was going to ask you guys was, can you read the UI here okay? Or is it a little bit small? Now, me personally, I'm playing in 1440 resolution on a 4K monitor. So everything for me is pretty big. It's like when you go to a copy shop and blow things up. God, that sentence doesn't mean the same anymore, does it? That sounded really 90s then. I've been watching Friends with my girlfriend lately, and I think I've started to pick up some phrases that perhaps I shouldn't be. Anyway, I'm playing in 1440. How does it look for you guys? Does it look good, or is it a bit grainy, or can you read the names? That's the thing. Like, they've all got their names above their heads. Can you read them? That's the big question. It's something I've become very, very conscious of lately, is UI. Especially as I'm designing websites at the moment as well, which UI there very important. I'm trying to get into UX UI design. Any more buzzwords I can throw out? Wireframes. There we go. Interactive wireframes. Prototyping. Modal overlays, I think, is the other one. Or modal pop-ups. Something like that. I've been learning those phrases as well. George can read it on his iPad. Awesome. That's good. Because mobile and tablet were the two big complaint areas. Oh, penalty. There we go. Oh, wow. You actually have an option to change the penalty taker. Do you know what? Why would I take it off Baker? Why would I take it off Baker? He's been absolutely immense this season. If anyone deserves the scoring chart record, it would be him. Let's see it in the back of the net then. Oh, for God's sake. Harry, you had one job, mate. I bigged you up so much there. Alright. It wasn't far wide. You can see he was going for the bottom corner. Okay, so the bottom you can make it out, but not on their heads. Alright, I might turn off the names above the heads then. Because I'm starting to learn where players are. Like, Hammond seems to be playing as a third centre-back there. But yeah, I kind of know where the players are most of the time, and I'm starting to learn what they look like. So, I could probably turn that off. Hudson Doncaster with a not bad run there. Shame it didn't quite work out for him. Can I do it from here? No, I can't. I'll do it after the match. It's fine. I'll try and remember to anyway. Alrighty then. Argent here with the throw. Throws it to Studholme. Tried to cross it. Bounced off Hudson Doncaster and goes out for a Letchworth throw. I think that would have been too easy if we'd scored that penalty. It would have been a bit too easy. Oh, Hammond now diving in there. Or lunging in, I should say. It wasn't really a dive. Man, how do you improve penalty taking in the game? Apart from literally... So there's the three settings. There's finishing, composure, and then there's penalties. And you could be a really good penalty taker. You could have a penalty taking of like 18. But if you've got poor composure, anything less than 10, you could still miss your penalty. Especially in big matches. Same with, you know, if your finishing's bad and your composure's good, you might still get lucky and find the bottom corner or the top corner. Most people with bad finishing tend to go for the top corner. I used to be a top corner player. When I used to play six-a-side football, I lost count of the number of times I stepped up to take a penalty. And you know that bit where the crossbar meets the post? It's like the smallest part of the goal, and yet I was magnetised to it. Every time I hit a shot, it would bounce off that. What's it called? It's just the upright, isn't it? The point where the two meet. And you go, because the six-a-side rules, you have to have a two-step run-up for penalties, no more than that. So you're trying to go for, like, power. You're putting your heart and soul into your shot, and then it just flies off the post and then disappears like 50 yards behind you. Oy. I played six-a-side, sorry, for 18 months, and I only scored 3 goals, and I was the attacking midfielder in inverted commas. But I also played centre-back because no one else bothered to defend. I can read it when on full screen on mobile phone. Can't read the chat in the corner, but everything else is good. Yeah, I'm debating getting rid of the chat window, to be honest, and moving the tip jar there instead, because the tip jar is kind of floating in the abyss right now, and the chat just looks a bit like it sticks out like a sore thumb. Plus, it covers some of the match. So I might just put the tip jar in the bottom corner. I really want to recolor that tip jar. I want to find out a way to do it. I'm sure there's a way to do it with CSS. And I will do it, and I will colour it probably red for Hatfield, because it's the only time you see it is when I stream this right now. Anyone with Twitch, by the way, if you want to, you know, follow or subscribe or cheer some bits just to get the tip jar filling up. I don't think there's literally nothing in there at the moment. Oh, good header from Baker. Unlucky. I am talking absolute gibberish tonight. It's incredible. But yeah, so things like the chat. I don't want to make the chat too big. The border that I've got around the edge, I was thinking of making that become like my stream overlay and have like a slot at the top for the music, and then a sponsored bar in the top left corner, and then my stuff in the bottom left corner, and then the chat in the bottom right corner. But then you end up like not seeing any of the game. This is why I don't really use a face cam that often either. I haven't used a face cam for years because it covers the game. And you look at some of these Twitch overlays you can get and YouTube overlays, you've got that big box for your face cam, and then you look at how much room is actually left for the game. As far as I'm concerned, the game is the star of this stream. My voice is just over the top of it. The game is the star. You guys are just watching the game with me commentating over the top of it. That's how I've always seen it, you know. My channel isn't about me. My channel is about the games I play and the community that we've built. I just happen to be the host of all that. Self-appointed host, of course. Harding brought down. This must be a record for the number of fouls conceded in the first 20 minutes of a match. We must be in double digits now, surely. Afsar seems to have been... He's had his free kick taking privileges revoked by the looks of things. Studholme whips it towards the back post. Evans' header, another good save there from the keeper. It's wet out there. The ball's going to be slippery. So the keeper holding on to it is very, very impressive, actually. Keepers can spill the ball in this game, by the way, in case anyone's wondering. It is possible. Did you watch Clarkson on TV? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. What was it I said the other day? It was like, it's Harry Hill's TV burp, but not made by a child. You know, it's got all the humour and the observational comedy and things like that. I mean, Clarkson's a funny guy, don't get me wrong, but I never really had him down as like a comedian before, just as a presenter. But he really is a good fit for that show. He is a good fit for that show. I do enjoy it. Just going to pause for a second, because there's Afsar, sorry. Muscle memory kicked in there. Afsar Chowdhury with the header at the back post to score his second goal. 22 games without defeat if we hold on to this lead now. Very, very impressive. Look at this. Throw from Argent. Studholme with a great first touch there. Flings it in with the second. Keeper no chance. That's a really, really well-placed header. Really well-placed header. Awesome to see. 2-0 up. We are flying towards this league title now. Hopefully, things going in our favour, are they? Nope, still 0-0. Although I think... What does 0-0 make? I think 0-0, actually, if they draw... We just have to better their result, I think. Let me try and work this out. Hang on. So we were 24 points ahead at kickoff with 27 to play for. So at the end of this game, there will be 24 points to play for. But we could be 25 points ahead. That's right, isn't it? So yeah, all we have to do is better their result. And we win the league. So it's on. It is well and truly on. I did my maths wrong earlier. But then if Chipperfield score, it's not happening today. Let's just say that. Yeah, I didn't mind TV burp. I just thought it got a bit childish after a while. Just got a bit annoying, a bit grating. Kind of grew out of it. Like the whole... I don't know. We watch reruns of You Being Framed a lot. And I think Harry Hill is kind of funny, but he does kind of get on my nerves after a while. Whereas Clarkson's a lot more deadpan delivery and, you know, straight-laced and straight to the point. Yeah, that was a really good goal. Some of the goals we've scored this season. I might ask Tom, now, live on stream, if he'll be willing to put a season highlights reel together of all the goals that we've seen on camera so far. Including from... Oh, 3-0. Hudson Doncaster. There you go. That's made the highlights now, so it's canon. Basically, all the best goals that have been seen on camera this season. Because we've had some absolute barnstormers. Maybe even do like a goal of the season competition. Who knows? Look at this. Great cross from Argent. The defender actually got a head on that. Wolfenden. But Hudson Doncaster at the back post. I love the volleys. I love the volleys. First time volley, bottom corner. Especially the one where it's like a foot and a half off the ground, but dipping as it like bounces on the line and goes in. Oh, so the technique involved in that is incredible. Two here has to be careful because he is, of course, on a yellow. Good challenge. And he finds Chowdhury. Into Hudson Doncaster then. Track him forward. Nice left-footed pass. Studholm takes that like a pro. Goes for goal. Keeper saves, but he spills it. The rebound is cleared out for a throw-in. There's the keeper with the slippery hands, and this is a defensive error. This should have been intercepted. Look at that. He's completely misjudged the flight of the ball there, Pollard, and Studholm getting in behind. Almost causing a goal. Here we go then. Argent with the throw into Hammond. Back to Argent. Good tackle there from Westlake. I'm seeing the same names cropping up all the time here. Like Westlake, Pollard. I think Wolfenden I've seen a couple of times this season. I don't know if there's like a text file or something that it takes the names from. But if there is, I want to edit it and add more names. Maybe even make it a Patreon thing. Who knows? Oh, Baker. Over the bar. I'm actually looking for Patreon tier rewards to do with Football Manager, so if anyone has any suggestions, feel free to comment. Whether it's in the chat or in the comments or Discord, whatever, I don't mind. I keep it all logged. But originally it was like you'll have a player named after you, or a manager, or a coach, whatever it might be. But obviously that can't happen now. So yeah, I'm looking for new ideas. Pollard here with the throw into Eames. Bad closing down in midfield, he says, as he realises there's acres of space out on that right hand side. Yeah, I don't really want a 2 piling in to try and win a tackle right now either. In fact, I might tell a 2 in a second just to hold off a little bit. Oh god, I thought that was a foul. A 2, player instructions, ease off, please and thank you. Wilton then with the corner. Whipping it in. Hammond, great header there. Hudson Doncaster will chase this one down. Here he is running down the flank. Look at this. He's such a strong runner with the ball. It's incredible to see. Crosses it in. Studholm lays it off to Harding. Oh, he went for the reverse pass through to Hudson Doncaster again. And it broke down and cleared. Worst invention or design you've ever seen or heard of. So Brunel, who's one of my idols, as you know, he created something called the Atmospheric Railway. Now, how he thought that would be a good idea, I have no idea. Basically, it was a pipe that ran through the centre of the track with a vacuum seal rubber strip thing on top. That also, I think it had like goose fat or something that kept it sealed. And then instead of steam locomotives, you would have a wagon with like a pole attached to it and like the head of a piston. And that would go through the slot on the top of this pipe. And the circular bit would sit inside the pipe and act as a piston. And then you'd pressurize the pipe at one end and it would push the wagon along the rails. Which sounds fine for like a little short hop or something like that. But I think Brunel's plan was to use this system on the entire southwest coast of England. And it didn't work because rats used to eat through the rubber. Break the seal. How did anyone think that was a good idea? I don't know. I'm gonna pause for a second and see what happens. Oh, nothing's happening here. Or is something happening here? A 2 running through. Pulls it back to Harding. Is he going to cross it? He should. Yep, that's a good cross. Oh, good clearance. I keep going to talk and then we have another like chance here. So a 2 still on the ball. Fouled. That's going to be a yellow card for Turl, was that? Yeah, Calvin Turl. Something else I saw on Reddit this week was someone asking about free to listen to podcasts. Like, why are those not available? I head over the bar. Okay, we're good. Why those aren't available? Which, first of all, they are. If you go on YouTube, there's lots of free podcasts that you can watch or listen to. And second of all, someone said, you're thinking of the radio. You know when people try and invent things that actually already exist but haven't been used for a while? Like, the radio isn't the most modern thing you could think of right now, but it's a very good thing if you want to listen just to podcasts and things like that. Wheelchair with pedals. I mean, that's not the worst idea in the world. Not everyone who's confined to a wheelchair has lost the use of their legs, you know. And if you're someone who, you know, if you're in a wheelchair but you still have some mobility in your legs, using pedals is a good way to keep your muscles active, at least. Which is not a terrible idea. I mean, it's not... As long as the wheelchair isn't powered by the pedals, that's a bad idea. But if it's just something to keep your feet busy, I don't see any harm in that. That's a good ball. Baker running in behind. He's not quite got the pace here to get past Wolfenden, but he might be able to cross it. Nope, Wolfenden. That's good defending, actually. He held him up. I think Baker, in his prime there, not carrying an injury, probably would have sprinted through and away. But because he's carrying a knock. Do I bring him off at half-time? He's on a... Actually, he's not on a hat-trick, is he? No, he's not on a hat-trick. So maybe I do bring him off at half-time. If he was on a hat-trick, I would for sure leave him out there. Let him complete the hat-trick. Especially if there's a chance of us winning the league with a hat-trick from Baker. But considering he's only scored once. Where are we at? 30 minutes. So I'm going to give them a little praise. Get them smiling again. I think I might bring him off at half-time. And put Thompson up front. Or maybe even put one of the twins up front. And see what we can do with that. Great challenge, Sadler. Look at that. He slid in before the shot was even hit. He just knew he was going to block it. Brilliant stuff. Mifsud there. God, I've not heard that name since Michael Mifsud. He played for Coventry, was it? Scored against Man United. I think I'm thinking of the right person. Cleared upfield then by their goalkeeper. Hammond, I think, won the header there, but couldn't nod it in the direction of Hudson Doncaster. You can still see the effect that the stats change has had. We're not dominating matches quite like we used to. We're certainly not winning it back as quickly as we used to. That's another great ball. Baker running in behind. Gets the shot away. Keeper saves. The angle was just a little too shallow for him still. Get another great ball. Look at this. Breaking the offside trap. One thing I've done actually between last week and this is I've started all of our players on learning specific traits that I want them to use in matches. And one of Baker's, I think, was to break the offside trap. I might have got that wrong. That might have been someone else. But yeah, running in behind is definitely something you want to encourage at these early levels. Because Route 1 is very, very popular in lower league football. It's also good. So we don't play Route 1. We play more of a possession-based passing game. But Route 1 is good to have in your locker if you need it. That's a great ball as well. Oh, he tried to play it around the corner. Did he go with the outside of his right foot there as well? Very brave. Particularly when it doesn't work out like it did there. A 2 then on the ball. Plays it over the top round the corner to Afsar, but intercepted. Out for a throw. So even scenarios like that, we've not really come out with the ball there, but we've come out with a set piece in our favour. It's just about chasing it down, putting pressure on. If the opposition makes a mistake, you're in. Oh, that could have been a mistake as well. If he didn't put enough power in that header. Hammond then to Evans over the top. Looked for Baker. Almost found Hudson Doncaster instead. Wilton now on the ball. There's a lot of yellow cards in this game. Gonna let that go out for a throw. Let's check the score then. Chipperfield still 0-0. Do we know how many yellow cards there have been? 3 for them and 1 for us. That's pretty high. 15 shots, 9 on target. They've had 1 shot not on target. So they've had a shot. You know, we were generous enough to give them a shot. Here's Chowdhury then on the free kick. Hopefully this time he's not just going to play it out for a goal kick. Players are all looking happy as well, which is good to see. He's definitely got a rocket in his boot still, hasn't he? Is there a like an instruction which is just don't whack it as hard as you can on every set piece, please? I don't think there's a trait for that. And I don't really know why that's a thing, because I'm pretty sure he's got good free kick taking. Otherwise he wouldn't be on free kicks. Huh. Interesting. Look at this passing play. Beautiful stuff. Harding out to Studholme here. A little bit deep, but he can get forward. Was he fouled there? No. I think that's harsh. I think he was tripped there as he was running past. But what do I know? I'm not a referee. I feel like I'm more qualified than some sometimes, but hey-ho. Great challenge, Argent. It's probably no different to the one I just thought was a foul, but great challenge when it's us doing it. Studholme again. Yeah, I think I got him training to knock the ball past opponents. And I'm not actually convinced he's fast enough to be able to do that. Now, I haven't altered their physical traits at all. Or the physical stats, sorry. That's exactly the same as it was before. So I just don't think he was ever fast enough to be able to do it. He's quick, don't get me wrong. But all the defender has to do half the time is stick out a leg and you're stuffed. There you go. One step run up. And there's the goal. Sadler with the header. Bullet header into the top right corner. What a set piece that was from Studholme. Look at this. Back post header. Keeper should have caught it. We'll call that a bullet header into the top right corner, but in reality it was a keeper spill. But I'm not complaining. 4-0. Looking good. If you're going to win a league, you might as well win it in style. I'm already thinking that the team is still too good. Might need another nerf next season. Again, I don't want to lower the players too much and then we start struggling earlier than predicted. I think I'm just going to leave it as is now. I think I'm just going to leave it as is. I might even deactivate the editor just so I can't mess around with it. You can't spend all your life tinkering with stats, you know. Sometimes you just got to let it be organic. Foul there from Argent. Not quite sure why Argent was standing on the edge of the box there. He should be back for set pieces. Here's Eames. They got 2 Eames playing for them. Oh, that was a good free kick. That was a good free kick. That needed concentration from the goalkeeper there. It's very easy to lose concentration and concede from positions like that. Good score. Yeah, 4-0. It's always a good score. I don't think I've ever heard anyone complain about 4-0 before. I've complained about 4-1s before, though. I'm always like, but the 1. Or unless you're the one who scored the 1. And then you're like, well, at least we scored 1. Good challenge. Oh, Studholme needed to be a little more alive to that. Keepers. Yep, good stuff. 7 minutes to go then till half time, or 6.5 if you're a pedant like me. Playing well, doing well. Scored 4 very well taken goals. Chance for another one here as Harding on the halfway line flicks it over. Look at the space that Studholme's in here. Crosses it in low. Oh, good block from the defender. That was awesome defending as well. And there we go, corner kick. Studholme running over to take this one. Yep, although he left the ball behind. Come on, stick it on someone's head. Bullet header. Watch the replay of this chance again. So this ball here from Harding was absolutely incredible. Again, I can see why they call him the Xavi of Hatfield. That was a fantastic cross as well. That was such a good cross. I didn't even see that. I didn't see Baker in that position. Cross comes in. Evans' header. Oh, wow. He's got a rocket in the back of his head. That took some concentration from the keeper there as well. Imagine if that had gone in. Studholme with the next corner then. That was an easy head away that time. Yeah, clean sheet is the target now. Goal difference is by no means an issue. You know, we're so far ahead in terms of goal difference, but I like clean sheets. So much more satisfying when you keep a clean sheet. Doesn't matter how many goals you score. Just to have that nil next to the opposition name. Afsar then here with the free kick. Let's see what he does with it. Top left corner, I hope. Oh, I was literally about to say don't hit the wall. Just go to the keeper's side if you're going to hit the wall. At least then you got a chance. Just get it on target and it's got a chance of going in still. Chipperfield's still 0-0. Look at that. 19 shots, 11 on target. But then we're playing a team in the bottom half of the table. So there's always going to be that factor as well. We're a team in form. We've got good morale. Very good players. I've got to stop complaining. What's there to complain about? There's me saying I'm trying to see the positive side of things. Yet when it comes to football, I'm hypercritical. Hypercritical of the smallest things that don't matter. Studholme on the ball. That's a nice pass as well, but just got away from the pair of them. Evans, it should be his all day long. And he wins the free kick. He actually won the header there as well. I think that's why it was a foul. Evans then with the free kick. Plays it out wide to a 2. Look at that. As soon as the 2 got the ball there, Chowdhury was on his bike. Should have played it to him. Instead, he's got to just jog alongside Harding now. Although, that wasn't a bad cross if Baker was in there. And maybe Baker would have been in there had he been at 100%. Another great header there from Evans. Chowdhury collecting that like it was nothing. Look at the stamina in him as well. He's just run back half the pitch. Now he's running forward again. Not a bad cross there. Missed Baker again, but when you've got someone coming in at the back post, you can just pretend you were aiming for them all along. That's what I used to do. I remember, again, when I played 6-a-side, my strategy when defending was if the ball comes near me, just hoof it up the pitch as far as you can, as quickly as you can. And there was one week where one of my teammates had made this run that I didn't even see. I will admit, I did not know he was there. I just kicked the ball as hard as I could up the field, and it landed perfectly at his feet. And I heard some bloke on the sideline going, "Bloody hell, what a pass that was." And I just sort of kept my head down. I was like, yep, yeah, no, I meant that. Argent, did he just play that with the outside of his weaker foot? It's a shame that didn't come off then, because that would have been an incredible pass as well. Sadler collecting the loose ball then. Whips it across to his defensive partner, Evans. Look at the space we've got out wide there as well. I'd quite like to see the wingers get further forward. I've got them set to a support at the moment. And that's why. They're a little bit deeper. No, he didn't score from that pass, sadly. It broke down. I think it's because he was the only guy forward. Oh, they've had a man sent off. Calvin Turl's just been sent off. Second yellow, I think. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it was. I think the attack just broke down. I can't remember. I did one. That was with my right foot, and I did one a little bit like it with my left foot later on in the game. No one said nice pass on that one though, despite the fact that was my weaker foot, and I was more proud of that one because at that point I was doing it deliberately. Evans with the up and under. I still don't like the fact we're doing those. But I don't know what else I can do apart from, you know, cracking the game code and putting in a line that says do not play long balls. Although I doubt that would do anything. Hudson Doncaster then with the pull back to a 2. He's whipped it back post. Pollard with the clearance. We're certainly outmanning them. They've got more players than us in the box, but in the wide areas, we're just dominating right now. Argent received the ball there, then called for it for some reason. Studholm's cross. Chowdhury there with a good opportunity to head it. Defender did a good job there though. Eames on the ball, under pressure from Harding. I love it when they just hoof it out of play because they've got no alternatives. Chipperfield still 0-0. Oh, I'm nervous now because I'm starting to think we might do it. But I don't want to commit to it and then we don't. Because that's going to be really awkward. When I'm like, yes guys, we've won! And then it goes to the full times and it's like 1-0 Chipperfield, 94th minute winner. I'd be gutted if that happened, believe me. Sadler's going to collect that one. First time ball to Argent, nice. Ball's zipping across the wet pitch here as well. Good to see. Start home, Argent on the overlap, there we go, use him. Crosses it in, Baker went for the header. Thought he was going to leave that to the back post runner then, but came out of nowhere, leapt like a salmon, fell like a cod. Good header. Harding now. Play it to Chowdhury. Play it to Chowdhury. Alright, go alone. Shoot. Hit it. Oh, he side-footed it. Why? Why run all that way just to side-foot it? Someone hit the bloody ball for crying out loud. Okay, hit it away from the defender. Out for another throw-in. We must be on course to set the league record for throw-ins here as well. Studholm fouled by Zed Eames. And that is half time. Well, I can't find much to complain about. The one negative comment I'm going to make, 2 negative comments I'm going to make, because I've just remembered Baker missed a penalty. So if that penalty had gone in, Baker would be on a hat-trick right now and he'd be staying on for the second half. But the other negative I'm going to say is it would have been nice if we used the overlapping runners a bit more. So Argent and a 2 especially, but also when Harding got the ball in that wide position just now, Chowdhury made the overlapping run and he didn't use him, just completely ignored him. To the point where you think, well, what's the point? What is the point of him making that run all the time if no one's going to look for him? I don't know. Anyway, tactics and subs. So I'm going to bring Thompson on. I think Thompson deserves to play in this match as well. I'm also going to... Oh, they are both set to attack. In that case, I have no idea why they're dropping so deep. Yeah, dressing room. Keep it going. Second half. Let's do it. Prince Reason has just come on for Letchworth. Prince Charming's cousin, Prince Reason. When you can't charm them, you reason with them. Chowdhury with the run there. Didn't get the cross in, but a 2 following it up. He does cross it in. Studholme at the back post. Couldn't get over it. That was unlucky. The traits that I'm starting to get them to learn, I can see the effect they're having already, because one of the ones I started asking a 2 to learn was to get forward whenever the opportunity arises. And, you know, he's been up and down that line all game. Normally he sits quite deep, so there's a definite change there. And there's Studholme getting tripped by Prince Reason. I guess he couldn't reason with him that time. Yeah, don't. If I ever do a one-liner book, don't buy it. It's gonna be full of moans and groans, if anything. Is their keeper seriously called Hayball? Damn it! If I'd have known that at the start, every time we scored a goal, I could have said the keeper was saying "Hey ball" as it was going past him. Especially when it slipped through his hands. That'd have been a great Hayball moment. Foul again, this time on Argent. Plays a nice little 1-2 there with Hammond. Goes down the line. Thompson not really chasing it though. What is Thompson's role now? I think he is still a target man. Maybe we should fire the ball into him a bit more. What we could do, actually, is switch to a 4-4-2. Put Hudson Doncaster out wide and give Thompson a strike partner in Chowdhury. That might not be a bad idea. Because Harding gets forward enough to fill that attacking midfield role anyway. I think I'm going to do that. I'm not going to change the lineup. I'm just going to do it this way, manually. So I'm going to do that. So Hudson Doncaster is going to be set to winger attack. Yep. Chowdhury, you're going to be... I think I'm going to say poacher, attack. And then Thompson, you're going to be target man, I think support. So you will drop a little bit deeper and fill that hole. Oh wow, overhit pass of the century there. Not a good start. I was literally about to say some quip about, here comes their partnership, Thompson's about to set up Chowdhury, and then he put a cannon on it, and yeah, didn't work out. 50th minute then. A 2 with the cross-field ball to Studholme. Hudson Doncaster free on this near side, and he looks for him. First time pass towards Thompson. Now imagine if that had worked out. If he'd volleyed that top corner, I think I would have just... I think I would have just got in my car and just driven somewhere. I don't even know where. Can't get better than that. Just give up at that point. We'll all retire. Go home happy. Evans with this one. The 2 waiting very patiently there on the halfway line. Wilson with the foul. Now he's on a yellow. Is he going to get sent off as well? He's off as well. Okay, 2 red cards. Does it feel cheap when the opposition have had 2 men sent off? Might as well switch to very attacking at this point. I'm not worried about realism at this point when you've had two opposition players sent off. Chipperfield still drawing. Even if we don't win the league today, we might as well just go for the goals record. Oh, that was such a good ball then. If that had skipped past the first man, Harding was absolutely flying into the centre. Flight of the Valkyries started playing then when I looked up and saw him running. Alright, extends out to Argent. Studholme a bit static in front of him, but he's made space there. That was a good touch as well. They're just fouling us to stop us getting in behind. That was a cynical one there from Reason. Studholme was past him, he'd gone. Ball in. Oh, it just fell between them. Good set piece delivery though. Cracking set piece delivery. You just need someone to gamble in that area. Hayball with the long ball. Hammond with the header. I love how he's our midfielder and yet he drops behind the 2 centre backs on goal kicks. Oh, that needed a bit more whip on it as well. This will get better. The players will improve. The passing will improve. Plus the chemistry between them also improves. The fact that it's this good this early is still good. Still very good. I love the fact we could potentially win the league before the youth intake as well, which means the rest of the season, if we get a really good youth intake, there are some players I want to give some game time to. Hudson Doncaster, keep it in. You've got time and space. No, what is that touch? You could have just stopped the ball and turned. Oh, man alive. I just want to check the recording is still functioning. Both tracks unmuted. It's picking up my voice and the music by the sounds of it. I think I'm recording them on 2 separate audio tracks as well, which is great. Everything's coming up Millhouse right now. The only error that I've got right now is YouTube's telling me the bitrate is still too low for YouTube. That's why I was asking if it looked a bit grainy or not, but I think it's fine. Again, I'm streaming at, 8 megabits per second, which is 2 megabits higher than Twitch's limit, but it seems at least 2 below YouTube's limit. Interesting. Corner, Studholme will take. I'm going to start looking at the bench in a minute to see who needs minutes, who hasn't had much game time this season. Players like... I think Reed is a shoo-in to come on for Studholme, but that might be the next sub. And then it's a case of who after that, because we will only have 1 sub left, and I don't want anyone to feel left out. Interesting. It's where poll, viewer poll would be perfect. Look at the front 4 there. It is literally a front 4. They're all coming forward in a line. That's what I like to see. Just go and attack. Why not? Take the game to the opposition. Something Newcastle have started to learn to do again. Chipperfield still 0-0. This is still on. It's going to be a heartbreaker, I know it. But currently it's still on. Speaking of on, let's get Reed on for Studholme. Who have we got on a yellow? Is it just a 2 still? That might influence the decision. I might bring Tuttle on. Actually, I might go like a 3-4-3 and bring on Tuttle to play centre-back, but take off Argent maybe? I don't know. I don't really know where I was going with that idea. Oh, now he keeps it in. And that's cross of the season, I swear. That was such a good hit. It's a shame it wasn't finished. Oh, I thought Chowdhury was going to intercept that one as well. He wanted to. I just don't think he had quite enough belief. It looked like he backed out of it slightly. Sadler, just no doubt there. Kick it in the stands. Shouldn't our bench be socially distanced, by the way? Also, they're players that have been sent off. They're sat on the bench. Look, left-hand side of their bench. You've got 2 players still in kit. How's that allowed? They should be in the dressing room. They're not supposed to watch the game. Or at least up in the stands. There's 9 people sat on that bench. That's not on. That is not on. Oh, extents. You know that's going to be the photo on the front of next week's programme, don't you? Him diving to catch that ball. Just to make it look like he did something in the game. Reed went for the cross. Blocked behind for a corner. He's got good delivery as well, Billy Reed. But I think he's on this. Yeah, he's on this corner. Come on. Do a good delivery now. I've said that. That wasn't a bad one. Foul by, I'm going to say Chowdhury, but it could easily have been Thompson. I think it was Thompson. Might have been Hammond, actually, was in there with him. Hayball with the long ball again. Oh, Hayball with the wide ball this time. Straight to Hudson Doncaster. It looked like he was running in treacle there briefly. Oh, that's such a good pass. Oh, unlucky. That was such a good pass. Really good idea, at least. He overhit it slightly, but really good idea. Oh, I'm actually gutted that didn't work out either. Evans to Argent. Who's our man of the match so far? I think it was Studholme. I think he was up in the 9s. Oh, that was behind him. And then we've got 7.6 for Sadler. Extens is on a 7. Not sure how, because he's not really done much. And that's not a criticism with him. It's just, I suppose he's caught every ball he's needed to. And then we got Chowdhury on a 7.4, Hudson Doncaster on a 7.4, Sadler on a 7. I think I said that one, didn't I? Sadler on a 7.6. A couple of 7.1s and 2s. And then a couple of 7s. And then you got Hammond on a 6.9, which I think is harsh. A 2 on a 6.6, which I can kind of get because he's been booked. And then Thompson on a 6.6, and Reed hasn't got a rating yet because he hasn't been on long enough. Another foul on Argent. He has to be the most fouled player in this match. They just keep kicking him. He's on the free kick. Yeah, they broke his compass, look. He forgot there was a byline there. Alright, we'll give the players another G up. Really, I want to say, what the hell are you doing? You overhit that set piece by miles. But instead, what I'm just going to do is go, good job, and then clap. But not in a sarcastic way. Wow. They've actually decided to do a fair tackle for once. Argent then with the throw. Also, we haven't scored since they went down to 9. Anyone else notice that? In fact, have we scored this half? I don't think we have we? We're nearly 20 minutes into the half. Come on, guys. Argent's cross over the head of Thompson. Oh, over the head of Chowdhury. Didn't reach Hudson Doncaster. Yep, nope. Yep, exactly. Couldn't have said it better myself. A 2 back to Evans. Whips it forward. How have they still got 2-on-1 in the box? Surely we've outnumbered them. Alright, I've got a plan. I've got a plan for how we're going to finish this game. It's a good plan. It's called Screw It, Let's Do It. I'll give it a bit more time. But basically, we're going to go with 3 strikers, 2 attacking midfielders, 2 central midfielders, and then 3 centre-backs. And that's it. That's going to be our strategy. We're just going to go for it. Why not? Let's just score goals. Reed onside, is he? Nope, just strayed. Unlucky. Alright, we got, what, 25 minutes left? So I'm going to give it a little bit longer before I implement it. Chipperfield still 0-0. Harding there with the header. Hudson Doncaster on the ball. Sprints past Paul, who recovers very well, actually. That was a very good recovery. Those are the ones where once you get past your man, you've got to do something with it. You can't really let the defender come back and recover. Just got to, at that point, you just got to cross it. No excuse not to cross it. A 2 to Harding. That's a tricky question, actually. So, yeah, when you change the stat, you are changing something, but it's very hard to gauge exactly how much you've changed it in terms of the match engine, because the way the match engine works is you've got players that... so the way the AI works in match engines is players make, I think it's 4 decisions a second as to whether they're going to pass, shoot, run, that kind of thing. And that means, like, the first quarter of a second they'll make a decision, and then another quarter of a second will go by and they'll like recalibrate and see if that's still the right decision. So you'll constantly see the players like doing things you wouldn't expect them to do. Unpredictability. So you have the decision making stat which you can alter, but I don't know how much of an impact that actually has on their decision making in the match itself. So I don't actually know how much of this is predetermined. Like, does the game predict a scoreline and then try and play out events to match that scoreline, or like obviously it is player affected still, otherwise making a substitution wouldn't have an impact, and you can make a substitution and then your sub could score a goal, so there is a player element still. But I've always wondered like how much of the game is worked out before the match begins and how much of it is done on the fly. I'm fine with either way, to be honest. If the game like creates a base structure for a match before it kicks off, that's fine. I don't mind that. It's like a choose your own adventure, basically. There is still a player input, but it's a predetermined player input. So, as I said, I didn't change their physical stats. So the pace is still the same. Their ability to get past players should still be the same. Their dribbling is different. So they might not be able to dribble with the ball as quickly as they could before. So like Hudson Doncaster here probably would have got past. Hudson Doncaster original would probably have gotten past there. So like right at the start of the season, not even the one from a week ago. Oh, I thought that was a shot then. I thought I was going top corner. I think he just got his foot under it too much. Got his lob wedge out. Thompson just missing that header. So yeah, like I could reduce every player's stat by 2, but it doesn't necessarily mean in games their stat has decreased by 2. They could still, you know, and like I said in Tuesday's episode, the team average is still the same. The star ratings are a lot closer than they used to be, but the overall average is still the same. So which player is the best is still Gonzalez Velasco by a country mile. But then you've got players like Newman and Studholme and Sadler and Evans who are all the best players at the club still. I've never tried creating a player with 0 for everything to see what happens. But like the stats I've created now, since last week, some of those stats have actually started to increase again as the players develop. Particularly players like Hudson Doncaster and Reed, who are in their sort of mid to late teens. They're very malleable still, their stats. You can still mould them into the players you want them to be. And they're doing really well in training still. And that has an impact. And if they have good matches, so like Hudson Doncaster is first choice cam now, and every time he has a good match, his stats get a little boost. It's very interesting when you see how the game works with stats and things. One of the most satisfying things that I was doing in the youthful Hatfield Town was taking young players and just watching their stats go up as you play them more in matches. That was always a lot of fun. Yeah, we are getting flagged offside a few more times, aren't we? Alright, I think it's time for Operation Screw It, let's do it. So what I'm going to do then is... Alright, I thought they were about to score a goal then. I'm going to bring Akram Chowdhury on for a 2. And then I'm going to move Akram to here. Wait, no, that didn't work. Why couldn't I move him? Hang on. Let me just temporarily move him here. Now I'm going to move him into that. There we go. And then Thompson's going to play through the middle. And it's going to be Akram on the left. Set to advanced forward attack. Afsar on the right. Set to advanced forward attack. Thompson in the middle. Set to target man. And then Argent is going to move into the centre of defence here. And is just going to play as a central defender. Who probably isn't going to be very good in that position. But there we go. I'm going to give a team talk to Akram. Show me what you've got. He's uninterested. Fine. What do I care? Team instructions. I'm also going to say... Let's go with like... just extremely direct. Shoot on sight. Hit early crosses. Dribble less. That's all fine. Tempo still extremely high. We'll do the overlaps. Actually, we'll do underlaps now. Because we're playing a lot narrower. And here we're going to go with that. And then in transition, this is all fine still. That's going to become that and that. And then out of out of possession. Let's just go with this. Let's do it. Great saying, yeah, screw it, let's do it. Put that on a t-shirt. If you don't change them at all, again, does the game change them for you? Or do you have to change them when you want to? So, yeah, the only reason I'm changing the stats right now is because I think the team is too overpowered. So I'm lowering the stats to try and make it more of a challenge. But the game at any point can change your players' stats. So if they're young and developing well, their stats will go up and go up fast. So you'll see green arrows pointing upwards. Sometimes you might see more orangey or yellow. Actually, I think it's yellow for good. Sort of pointing at like a 45-degree angle. And it means their stats are increasing, but not at a huge amount. Then you've got orange pointing slightly downwards, 45 degrees, which means stats are decreasing. And then you've got red, which is what most of my players have got at the moment, because when you lower the stats, it treats it as if your players have had a huge stat decline. You'll have red arrows pointing downwards. Now, as players get older, their stats will start to decrease. So particularly their physical stats, they might not be as strong, they might not have as much stamina, they might not be as quick. And that is noticeable. You will see their stats decrease as they get older. That's when they start thinking about retirement and things like that. Oh, I thought he was crossing it then. That was a shot. Bloody hell. And sometimes if players get injured as well. So if they have a serious, like a knee injury or a broken leg or something like that, you might see their stats decrease whilst they're injured. And then when they come back from injury, again, their pace might not be as good or their stamina might not be as good. They might also become more susceptible to injuries. Once you've broken your leg once, you know, it's more likely that it will happen again. So yeah, it always changes. Stats always change in the game. The way I've got the skin in the game at the moment, I don't see the numbers right now. I just see whether their stats are increasing or decreasing, which means I have to focus a lot more on what my coaching staff are telling me. So, you know, if they tell me that Hudson Doncaster, I'm always getting reports that he's the best trainer at the club. So he's pretty much first name on the team sheet right now for that reason. One of them was offside there. I think it was Afsar. Yeah. So yeah, it's a good question. It is a really good question about the stats. You know, it does go up, it does go down. I'm hoping some of our players, it is already going down. It was going down naturally before I nerfed them all. The players like both Newmans were starting to decrease. They're both in their mid-30s though, so that's to be expected. They'll always have a place though in the squad. And then, like I said, you've got players like Hudson Doncaster and Reed, whose stats are increasing at an exciting rate. Here's Reed on the throw. Why did he do that? Sadler with the ball forward to Akram. I'm pretty sure he's onside there. No, he wasn't. Damn it, he looked onside. No worries. A lot of people think this game's just a spreadsheet, an interactive spreadsheet, but there's so much going on under the surface. Always makes me chuckle when people complain about the match engine as well, because I'm always like, come on then, amateur coder, let's see what you can do. 9 times out of 10, diddly squat is what they can do. Why is Harding doing the run in the channel there? Was not expecting that. Also, Hudson Doncaster is on the tired side as well. I don't want him to get injured. No, the last time I talked about subbing a player off because they were looking tired, they then got injured. That was Newman, wasn't it? So I have to evaluate that. That's a terrible pass from Argent as well. Don't know what he's doing there. Actually, do you know what? Let's do a second version of Operation Screw It. Let's do it. I'm going to play Argent at left wing back. Because why not? I'm also going to tell Harding to not get further forward. Because he's kind of crowding out everyone else right now. Is that a foul or was that offside as well? That was another offside. So they're playing offside trap now. Do I get wise with that? Or do I just say, again, screw it and keep it as is? I don't know. There's still 11 minutes to go. Evans has just given it away there. Forcing the throw. Chipperfield still 0-0. Oh, I don't want to get hopeful. I just don't. I don't want to get disappointed if we don't do it. It's going to be a really, as I said earlier, it's going to be a really awkward end of the stream. Because it's either going to be me getting really like upbeat thinking, yes guys, we've done it, and it turns out we haven't. Or it's going to be me sort of like, okay guys, let's see how we've done. Oh, we actually won the league. Okay, that's cool. There's going to be no in between, no middle ground. It's going to be really, really excited just to be let down. Or expecting the worst just to then go, oh, no, it's not as bad as I thought. Westlake here with the ball then out wide to their left back Paul, who's been booked for as long as I can remember, and yet for some reason we just haven't tested him enough to get a second booking. He's up against Hudson Doncaster as well. You'd think that would draw a yellow card. Apparently not. Harding closing down. Not putting the challenge in though. Are we just sitting deep, letting them do their thing? Don't really know what's going on here, to be honest. They better not score from this. We're in no rush to score. I'm going to make another change. Mainly to keep our players from not getting too tired. I'm going to go with standard tempo. And I'm also going to go narrow here, or standard. Time wasting. I'm never going to tell my players to time waste. That's stupid. Slow pace down. Why not? And then here, pressing intensity. I'm going to reduce that. We're going to go offside trap as well, even though I doubt it's going to do anything because they're not really making runs in behind. Does the game change players for you at all? Do you look at everything and players before the stream and figure out who's playing and who's on the bench? So I normally have an idea. I normally base it on how well players have been training. So there was a couple of weeks ago where I was going to choose a player, but I think they were recovering from an injury still and they hadn't trained very well that week. So I decided not to use them in the end. Obviously, as I've said a lot, I want everyone to have a fair turn. And be involved. So we've got players who, particularly, like if we sew the league up today, the reserve players are going to play a lot more of the rest of the season for us. So, you know, Murray in goal, Kowick at right back, Nash, you know, Moriarty and Christie in midfield. We're going to mix up the squad a lot more. Pretty much going to make like 4 or 5 changes every game. Yeah, some of it's set in stone. Like you always have a first choice for each position. Baker is my first choice striker. Extents is my first choice goalkeeper. Sadler and Evans are my first choice centre backs. You know, those things very rarely change. Injuries and suspensions will be the only reason that changes. But then something else I do off camera is I play with match plans turned on, full 90 minutes, and I just have a look at what the AI decides. It's almost as if your assistant manager is managing the team for you at that point. The subs they make, the formation changes they make, they might do some things. So I've had ones in the past where Hudson Doncaster has ended up playing on the left-hand side and Newman's come on as a attacking midfielder. And that kind of influences my decisions as well. So, you know, when I say sometimes let's do something a bit left field, it might be because I can't speak. I've observed it happening in another match with the match plans turned on. And it's kind of inspired that. Plus, sometimes I just like to be zany and do weird things like playing essentially 5 strikers at this point. And yet we still haven't... When was the last time we had a shot on target even? I don't even know. Is it worth encouraging them? Or is that just going to upset them? That's a good ball. Oh, that's a great block. To be fair, their defenders have actually played pretty well. Apart from the ones who've been sent off. I think we need more players on the edge of the box there as well. We get caught out a lot there. Oh yeah, it's definitely good to be fair. There's a lot of pressure on that when you're playing with real people now. Because there are going to be people who are saying, hang on a minute, why aren't I playing? Plus, what the game's interpreted to be my first choice 11 might not necessarily be the real life first choice 11. So some of it is also based on when I was creating the players in the first stream. I had messages from John sort of saying like this player is the best player in this position and things like that. So I might have moulded players to suit those roles a lot more based on that. But also getting an idea as to the first choice players from that as well. So again, Baker being up front. As soon as someone tells you that, you know, he's proper number 9, likes to get in behind, good finisher, you immediately think, well, that's my first choice striker then, isn't it? I'm trying to remember what the youth intake said we were getting. I'm hoping there's one striker that could stand out. Because we've got the twins, but that's not their natural position. After Baker, there's Moriarty, there's Thompson, but we haven't really got like a proper backup striker. That was a good volley from Argent. It's a shame it wasn't on target. So it'd be good to get a youth player through who can play up front. Even if they're a winger who can also play up front. That would be handy. Hudson Doncaster on the ball here now. 3 minutes to go. See the way he hopped over that challenge then? Barley just swiped at his legs. Definite foul. Reed on the free kick. Whips it back post. Headed away from Hudson Doncaster. And out for a throw-in. Alright, my last look. Chipperfield are losing. What did that say? I said 92nd minute. Oh my god, I think we've actually done it. I think we've actually done it. Akram's cross there, booted away. Hang on, how are they in the 92nd? Do we have minutes at the end of the first half? I don't think we did we? How have they almost finished and we're 4 minutes behind them? Is there a stream delay on our match? Is that what's going on? Stop the stream sniping. Also, how's Reed doing? 6.4. I think that's harsh. I don't think he's played badly at all. The thing is that rating will actually hamper his growth. That will hold him back slightly. So I think that's very harsh. Although he's not chasing that one, which I'm a little bit disappointed with. Also, Thompson, only 6.5. Chowdhury, Akram, only 6.6. Extent has dropped to a 6.9. Argent flicks it in. That's a corner. Oh, some of the creative freedom we've got in these players still. That cross was exceptional. Reed then whips it in. No one at the back post. Why is there no one at the back post? Argent into Hammond. Back to Argent. Over the top. Akram was miles offside. Didn't get to him anyway. That's a good kick. That's a very good kick. Hey, ball with the power ball now. Too good, that kick was. If there's such a thing, that was it. Another good tackle from the left back there. Evans, that's a good ball. Afsar, is he onside? Please, no. Oh, that's annoying. Chipperfield, I think they've lost, you know. I think they've actually lost. So we're in 2 minutes of injury time now, coming to the end of the first one. There's nothing else I can do now to get us to score another goal. We've got enough players forward. We're getting forward. That's a foul and a half. I'd love to see how many yellow cards there have been, actually. I want to check that. There's 8 cards in this game. They've had 7 of them. That's insane. Come on, Reed. Whip in a good ball. That is a really good ball. Oh, Hudson Doncaster. He was offside anyway, but how did he miss the ball there? That was just begging to be put in. Come on, lads. Look how many of our players are forward. It's 6v4. Shoot. Yes, Thompson. Get in. He does deserve a goal. I want to watch what the Twins do here, because I think they make runs to open up the space. Do we not get a replay? What? Why don't we get a replay? Is it because it's full time? Alright. We might have to watch the game back in the future to see the replay there. Did we win the league? Yes, we did. Look at that. Proper trophy celebration and everything. Clap, clap, clap. And... go on. There it is. Bloody hell, they got fireworks and everything. Hammond lifts the trophy. 5-0 win over Letchworth Garden City Eagles. And that sees us win the trophy. Lap of honour to the 80-odd fans who came out. Extents just did a cartwheel. What's not to love? He genuinely... I'd love to know if he could do a cartwheel in real life, but he genuinely just did a cartwheel. You all saw that, right? I'm just going to watch that back on the YouTube stream there. You see it in the corner of your eye. Any second now. Yep, just pops out the cartwheel. Brilliant. All right, analytical data then. Yeah, we kept them pretty pinned back, to be honest. We did all right here too. What was our expected goals? 3.25, and we scored 5. So I'm pretty happy with that. I just clicked on the same thing twice. Player stats. Very high. Nothing below 50 from what I can see. Not until we get to shooting anyway. Mind you, that's bad. Who was that? Afsar. Only 2 of his 6 shots on target. Work to be done there still. Yeah. What a way to end the stream. Winning the league. We don't even have to wait until we go back to the league table screen, because we've just seen them lift the trophy, guys. It actually happened. Stud home with a 9.3 rating as well. He didn't even score, did he? No, it's all from assists. Assists and just general performance. Incredible. Can you imagine if I said we got away with that one? How annoyed would they be by that? How annoyed would they be by that? Alright, stop the recording then, because we've seen the trophy celebration. Oh, I just got the achievement. You're up. Good stuff. And yeah, top of the league. It says played 12, won 12 there. That's not true at all. We've played 22 now and won 22. Oh, board request a meeting to discuss potentially turning semi-professional. That might not be a bad idea, actually, because right now we're amateur. And it'd be a good idea to get players tied down to contracts. But that's something I'm going to worry about off camera, because that is the end of this stream, guys. What a game. 5-0 win. 5 really well taken goals as well. That pass from Hudson Doncaster through to Thompson for the 5th goal there. That just proves why I love him so much as an attacking midfielder. Oh, what is that? Golfing Gamer with the 300 bits as well. Awesome. Thank you very, very much. Was there a message with that? Oh, hello. Come on, Streamlabs. Champions. Yes, that should have been read out. I don't know why that wasn't read out. Oh well. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Thank you everyone in the chat as well. Keeping the chat going, that's always good. Thank you for the questions. Don't feel bad about asking questions, by the way, about the game or in general. Never apologise for having a question, unless it's a really, really dumb question, but I don't think I've ever had a really, really dumb question in a stream before, so no worries there. I'm just going to turn the music off. I think I do it like this. Maybe that turns it off. Yeah. Bang. Just like that. Gone. But yeah, thank you for watching, guys. Thank you for everyone in the chat. It's been awesome. Really glad I was able to bring the title home today. It's always better to do it in a stream like this, for sure. 5 great goals. The pass from Hudson Doncaster. The finish from Thompson was also really good. Baker's first goal. In fact, he only scored once, didn't he? So Baker's goal, the first of the game, was really, really well taken. What's not to like? Our season isn't over, though. That's the thing. Our season isn't over. We've still got league matches to go, where we're going to experiment a little bit with tactics and youth players and things like that. But we've also got this coming up. Hatfield United reserves in the semi-final of the Aubrey Cup, which I think is going to make up next week's stream. So I think right now, the pre-record video is going to be maybe Hoddesdon and Royston, or Royston and Belston, or Hoddesdon and Belston, one of those combinations, trying out tactics and things. In fact, what month are we in? So the youth intake isn't until March, so it might even be after the Hatfield game. So we won't know for sure how many good youth players we've got coming through for another week or so yet. But I am going to start looking at experimenting with tactics, maybe trying a 2 up top as well and seeing how that goes. Retraining players for different positions. So Darcy Hollis is currently retraining as a central attacking midfielder. I'd like to exploit that a little bit more. Just as an option for long ball, really. Having someone who can win headers playing just behind the striker would be really good for flick-ons. But yeah, I kind of interrupted my outro there to do another outro. So yes, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed the stream. And of course, if you're enjoying the series or if you're watching this on playback, feel free to hit the like button as well. Drop some comments down below with ideas for tactics, staff additions as well, because as we go up through the leagues, I'll be looking to add to the coaching team. So if you've got any suggestions there, or scouting even, would be good as well. I wouldn't say transfers, because I'm still very, very happy with the squad we've got. Don't really want to add too much to it right now. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Also, feel free to follow me on Twitch. I do multi-stream on YouTube and Twitch, so whichever your preference is, you can always catch up. If you have already subscribed on YouTube and followed on Twitch, you can also subscribe on Twitch as well if you like. I'm not going to say no to that. But if you have followed and subscribed, then thank you guys for your continued support. This series is only just beginning, believe it or not. We've got plenty more to come. The goal is to get Hatfield Town into the Champions League this year. And I say that every year, and it never happens. But this year, at least the Premier League, if not the Champions League, that is the goal. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. And until next time, I will see you soon.